Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Alrighty. Hey guys, welcome to the weekly live. How's everyone doing today? I'll be checking comments every once in a while, but I just wanted to welcome everyone to this live on today, April 24th, 2025. And I wanted to talk to you about wanting a happier life and how to get there. So, so many people I know want to live a happier life. They want it so bad. And at the same time, they're not sure how to create that. And so, what we're going to talk about today is having a plan, because a plan makes the chances of you having a happier life that much better, for lack of a better word, just easier. And today we're going to be talking about 3 reasons why having a plan can help you have that happier life, or whatever you want to create in your life, whether it's a more successful business or becoming a better parent or having a better marriage or being able to work your family through some difficult stuff, whatever challenge it is, or whatever you want to improve, expand, make better in your life. Having a plan doesn't guarantee anything, but boy, it sure does make it easier for you. And we're going to talk about why that is. I have 3 reasons. There could be 100 reasons, but I picked sort of the top 3 overarching reasons. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So if you have any questions or concerns or comments, please leave them. Whether you are watching this live or if you're watching it on the replay. And every once in a while, I'm just going to check the comments to see if you are making a comment so I can reply to it. And I'll be checking throughout the week after this is recorded. So, you can just add in how you're doing today, what you would like to have in your happier life. If you've ever made improvements in your life and how you went about doing that, I'd love to hear. And of course, if you have something that you want to talk about, like you want me to talk about in a live, please let me know. I'm always looking for new ideas that are relevant to stressed out professional moms. So once again, my name is Rita Denoyer Garcia, and that's who I work with. I work with stressed out professional moms who are juggling a lot of balls. And today we're going to be talking about making your life happier and why having a plan is so important. All right, so let's get down to it. Okay. Just wanting a better life is a good first step. You have a desire towards something. But if you don't have a plan, if you don't have a course of action, if you don't take any action, then wanting something can be a really vicious cycle. I know this only because I've experienced it in the wanting department. You're wanting and you're wanting, and the wanting never ends. So it leaves you in a space where you can't recognize when you have something. It just leaves you in the wanting. So you don't want to stay in the wanting forever. You want to see evidence of the actual thing showing up. Right? So it's like, oh, I want more money. Okay. But if you don't take action or move forward towards that, you're just going to be stuck in wanting more money. And you're always going to be saying, well, I want more. I want more. So you don't want to get stuck in the wanting, bottom line. And we can talk more about how to do that. All right. So here's why having a plan makes all the difference and gets you out of just the wanting part. Plans tell your brain that this is possible and real. Plans tell your brain that this is possible and real. Plans are like maps. In fact, a map could be part of your plan. If you want to get from point A to point B, so where you are now, to something happier, it's like using a map where you're driving from New York to California. It lays it all out visually for you. You know that your first stop is first, you fuel up the car in New York, then you drive into Pennsylvania perhaps, and then into Ohio, and then you keep going. And each step of the way, you kind of know where you are and where you're going and what roads to take and where you're going to stop for meals and where you're going to stay overnight. So plans are maps, or maps are part of a planning. And when you have that, what you're saying to yourself is, this is doable. This is possible. This is real. We're really doing this, right? So, and then you see where you are from point A to point B. You see the beginning, the middle, and the end. When you tell your brain that something is possible, you're more likely to do it. Plain and simple. Okay. So having a plan says to your brain, this is possible and real. And then you're much more likely to do it. Now, you have to use the map, you have to take action. But if you have the map, you're much more likely to take action than if you have zero map. If you have zero plan, you're probably not going to take any action. And then you'll keep telling your brain this is not possible. And you'll be going into that wanting cycle where you want something, but you never get it. Not happy. Okay, so that's the first one. Plans are like maps. Maps show you the way. When you see the way, you feel like it's possible. Now, that's not to say that you may not get lost, that you may go down roads that maybe aren't getting you there as directly as you thought, but you can always recalculate, as the GPS says, recalculating, and it gets you back on the road. Okay. Second reason why plans are so important. Plans make you focused and committed. So you have your map, you have your plan, it shows you it's possible. When you consider that it's possible, you are more focused and committed. And it takes focus to get somewhere, and commitment, because you know what? There's going to be bumps along the way. And once again, if you are focused and committed and there's a bump, you're much more likely to keep going and persist and figure it out than if you're not focused and committed. Just think of anything that you've tried to do in your life, whether it's have healthier habits, get a better night's sleep, do better with your parenting, have more connections with your kids, you name whatever it is. If you have focus and commitment, it is so much more likely to work than if you're not focused and you're not committed. Okay. Stopping, derailing, procrastination, giving up becomes your default if you're not focused and committed. Now, it doesn't mean that you will not experience procrastination or derailments or you want to stop. But if you're focused and committed, you're much more likely to get up again and continue. Okay, so that's reason number 2. Any questions so far? Nope, no questions. All right, let's keep going. If you have questions, please put them in the comment section. Number 3, why having a plan is so important. When you have a plan, there's something magical that happens in that it's easier to find human resources, allies, and supporters. And part of that is because you fleshed out in your mind, you've made it not just possible, right? And you're more focused and commitment, but when you do all that, it changes the energy in you. You show up differently. And when you show up differently, you've got a plan. Whether the plan is going to unfold the way you think it is or not, a lot of times it doesn't. But if you have a plan, people respond to that. They respond to you also with more focus and commitment. Does that make sense? If that makes sense, please put in the comment section. Makes sense. Just think about anything you've done where you've had a plan and you're focused and commitment, how you become unstoppable. And all of a sudden, people come out of the woodwork seemingly to help you. Or you start seeing resources. You start thinking up of resources. Oh, maybe I can get money here. Or maybe I can ask this person. Or you start getting more courageous in connecting with people and places and things and situations that are going to get you where you want to go. It starts becoming clear. And as you take action with that focus and commitment, it gets better and better. Does that make sense? Part of it is because when you have a plan, you can describe what you want, why you want it, and how you're going to get there. Even if the how is not exactly what really happens, and like I said, it doesn't always happen that way. A lot of times it doesn't happen the way you think it's going to happen. But having that plan changes your energy, and it attracts the people, places, and things that you need to get where you want to go. Plans invite people to want to help you. So those are my 3 reasons why plans are so important. And so what I wanted to say to you is start making plans. But if you're confused about what kind of plan you want, you're confused about why you want it, you're confused about whether you're going to even have the motivation, I have a great free workshop coming up on May 5th. It's exclusive to my group, to my Facebook group, Calm Mom Alliance. So if you're not a part of Calm Mom Alliance yet, please come in. I'm going to put in the comments section the link to join Calm Mom Alliance on Facebook. We have a whole host of things happening there all the time. There's events happening all the time, but this one I especially want you to be at, because on May 5th, we're going to be doing a workshop that's all about your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind is what really drives the whole show. So if you want a happier life, but you're not sure where to start, you got to start with what's motivating you, what's going on underneath, what's keeping you unhappy. And this workshop, I think, is really going to help you. The workshop is called Calm is the New Crushing It. And it's all about subconscious reprogramming tools. I'm going to be actually bringing in the tool into the workshop so that everyone can sample it for free. We're going to do a before and after. So you're going to bring something that's bothering you, an emotion. We're going to use the tool, and that's going to decrease your negative emotion. And when you decrease your negative emotion, all sorts of new ideas can come through, plans come through, possibilities come through, and solutions come through. So I really encourage you to do that. Like I said, in the comments section, I'm going to have the link for my group. Once you join the group, you will see the event in there. It's called Calm is the New Crushing It. It's absolutely free, and it's on May 5th. So I don't know what else to tell you. That is my invitation to you. If you want to start creating a plan, this is a great way to begin that journey. And I just wanted to remind you that being a professional mom can be really hard, as you know, stating the obvious, and it can suck sometimes, basically. It did for me for a long time. But then also I realized it can be one of the best adventures of my life. And my life got way better when I started to befriend and believe in myself, which is what I teach. And I had a supportive community, which I have built over the years, and you can be part of that. And that we can laugh at what usually drives us crazy, because you're worth it. So have a great week. I would love if you made a comment after this live. Let me know where you're at, what kind of happier life you want. And please join Calm Mom Alliance so we can do this free workshop together, and you can sample this amazingly powerful, simple subconscious reprogramming tool. So have a great day, guys, and I will see you next Thursday, and take care. Bye.